Well, good morning, fellowship kids. Since you can't be here today, we're coming to your house. We're going to sing a couple songs, we're going to share a story, and we're even going to give you a little activity to do at home. You know, this is the season of Lent, and we're getting ready to celebrate the mystery of Easter. This time, we're on our way to Jerusalem, but who will show us the way? You know, Jesus shows us the way. Will you sing with me? Jesus loves me. Are you ready? Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. All right, let's get ourselves ready for a story. Got your hands ready? And your feet? How about your eyes? Especially those ears this morning. And then turn your talker off so everybody's ready. Let's sing our story song. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Well, once every year, the people of God go up to Jerusalem, the holy city of God, to celebrate the feast of the Passover, to remember how God led them through the waters to freedom. This year, Jesus is going through the city of Jericho on his way to Jerusalem, and crowds of people wanted to see him. Let's see who wanted to see him this week.
Once there was a very, very rich man named Zacchaeus. He had a lot of money, bags and bags of it. His job was to collect money from people to pay taxes to the king. But Zacchaeus did a bad thing. He took too much money, and he kept it for himself. I wonder how the people felt about that. People certainly didn't like Zacchaeus. They hated him because he worked for the king, and they hated him because he took their money to keep for himself. Do you think Zacchaeus looks like a happy person? Even though he had bags and bags of money, and even though he could buy lots of things with his money, he was not very happy. Each day he left his big, beautiful house and went to work. And each day he came home with more money. Money he took from people and put in his own money bags. His money bags grew fatter, but Zacchaeus did not grow happier. One day while Zacchaeus was at work, he heard from interesting news. People around him were very excited. Jesus is coming to visit our city today. Zacchaeus had heard a lot about Jesus, although he had never seen Jesus. This might be a good chance to see this man, thought Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus left his job and ran after the others who were hurrying to see Jesus. Zacchaeus came to a big crowd of people. Lots of people. Zacchaeus knew Jesus must be walking in the middle of that crowd. But Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus. I am so sure that I'll never be able to see over all these people, Zacchaeus complained. And it was true. Zacchaeus was just a little man, not nearly as tall as the other men in the crowd. Zacchaeus tried pushing his way through the crowd, but these were the people who didn't like Zacchaeus. The people pushed right back and shouted at Zacchaeus to go away. Then Zacchaeus tried standing way up on his tiptoes, but that didn't work either. He was just too short. Even on his tiptoes, he couldn't see over anyone. Poor Zacchaeus. What could he do to see Jesus? Suddenly, Zacchaeus had an idea. He ran up the road, found a tall tree close to the place where Jesus would walk, and up he climbed. There he sat with a little smile on his face. Jesus and the big crowd of people came closer and closer. When they got to the tree, Jesus stopped walking and looked straight up at Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was surprised, and so were the people. Lots of people. They were sure Jesus wouldn't like Zacchaeus. How could Jesus like someone who did bad things, someone who took money from other people and kept it for himself? But Jesus surprised everyone. He looked at Zacchaeus with love, and he spoke to Zacchaeus kindly. Jesus said, "Come on down, Zacchaeus. I'm going to your house to visit you today." Zacchaeus was so surprised that he didn't know what to say, but he felt happy. He jumped right out of the tree and walked next to Jesus until they came to his house. People watched, lots of people, and some of them grumbled. They just couldn't understand why Jesus would visit someone as bad as Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was happy that Jesus was coming to his house. Zacchaeus talked about himself. He told Jesus all the wrong things he had been doing. Now Zacchaeus felt bad about taking other people's money, and he told Jesus he was really sorry about it. "I want to give it back," he said to Jesus. "I think I'll go get my money bags and give the money to the poor people who don't have much. And I'll give lots of money back to all those people that I cheated and took too much money from." All of a sudden, Zacchaeus felt happy inside. It was like a miracle. That happy feeling was a new feeling, a feeling Jesus gave him. Jesus was happy too. He smiled at Zacchaeus. "I came into the world to save people like you," Jesus said. Then Zacchaeus said goodbye. He had people to visit, lots of people.
And now, boys and girls, like always, whenever we have a story, we don't want to just read what's in the Bible. We want you to think bigger than that. We want you to think about and wonder about what that really means. And so the wondering I want you to have today is, first of all, when Zacchaeus went up that tree and Jesus came by, Jesus stopped and he called Zacchaeus by name. I wonder what that would feel like to have Jesus call my name personally, like he did Zacchaeus' name. So think about that. Talk about that with your parents. And then I want you to think about a couple more. I want you to think about, has Jesus ever called you by name and you didn't hear? I wonder what you could do to help you hear if he's calling you by name. I know that sometimes when I pray, it helps me quiet myself and really listen in case there's a response. So I wonder if you can start doing that, listening. And another question that I have for you, a wondering that I have, is I wonder, as Jesus and Zacchaeus were walking to Zacchaeus' house, what do you think they talked about? It kind of makes me wonder what Jesus would want to talk to me about if he came and saw me. What would he talk about to me? And what did he talk about to Zacchaeus? And lastly, I want you to think, boys and girls, about that big thing Jesus said at the end with Zacchaeus. He said, "I came here to find those who are lost." What does that mean? Does that mean that some of us are lost in the woods? Or does that mean that some of us are lost to him? I think that would be a great thing for you to talk about with your family and find out deeper what that means. One of the things that I'm doing this week is making my own prayer journal. You can make one of these at home also. I did it really simple. I just folded some papers, put them together, and I'm going to decorate my cover that says My Prayer Journal. And I'm going to write my prayers down to help me really focus on what I want to talk with Jesus about. That can be whatever we want, and I know that I'm going to really focus on thanking him for the blessings that I have now and talking to him deeper. And I want to record those in here, so maybe you would like to do the same thing this week. And before we leave Zacchaeus, we're going to teach you a song for him.
Zacchaeus was a wee little man was he. He climbed up in a sycamore tree, for the Lord he wanted to see. And as the Savior passed that way, he looked up in the tree, and he said, "Zacchaeus, you come down, for I'm going to your house today, for I'm going to your house today."